Alright, good evening. I'm David Reimer. It is the 10th of October 2019. It is 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm going to assume this microphone is working, but I'll pull up our live stream real quick just to make sure. Then we'll get on with the show, for lack of a better phrase. What we are dealing with this evening are severe thunderstorms moving through portions of the DFW Metroplex, specifically two storms I want to keep track of. And we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. Everybody hear me? It's working. Okie dokie artichoke. Thank you. Alright, it is the 10th of October 2019. I'm going to hit the magical loopy loop button on this. Let me set up a couple of different settings. My apologies. I have this set for summertime weather, which means the map gets a little noisy sometimes. Okay, so what we're watching are a couple severe thunderstorms at this point. Quarter-size hail on Interstate 30 at the President George Bush Turnpike just reported. We'll talk about that storm here in a minute. We have a couple of different severe storms that are exhibiting supercellular characteristics, and those supercells are capable of producing some higher-end hail. We'll talk about this first storm. First storm is going to be a supercell capable of producing golf ball, if not even larger hail. Hail core is located right now over Interstate 30 between the President George Bush Turnpike and Loop 12. Storm itself is moving east-northeast right towards Cockrell Hill. Oak Cliff is going to be making its way into downtown Dallas within the next 20 minutes. Again, capable of producing at least golf ball-size hail. Definitely would not be surprised if this thing ends up producing much more significant hail than that. So yes, that could be a damaging hailstorm. Second severe thunderstorm is currently in Tarrant and northern Johnson counties. This storm may have produced a brief tornado about 30 minutes ago back southwest. At any rate, it does not show any signs of producing a tornado now. Radar is indicating wind gust up towards 60 miles an hour in Crowley at the moment, so we could be seeing that along with some quarter-size hail and damaging wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. Let's take a look at a severe storm now impacting Hood County. This is going to be near Granbury. This severe thunderstorm is capable of producing quarter-size hail, maybe ping pong ball-size hail, and winds of 70 miles an hour. It's moving east at around 30 to 40 miles an hour, it looks like. It's going to be making its way towards western Johnson County in the next 20 minutes. So it's over Granbury now, moving east at about 35 miles an hour. Could be approaching Godley in 25 minutes. Cleburne in the next 30 to 35 minutes. Joshua, then Alvarado. Severe storm that is most intense for now, at least, is the dangerous severe thunderstorm in western Dallas County that is clearly supercellular. You can even see a little bit of a hook echo on the west side of Mountain Creek Lake over Spur 303. That storm itself is moving east-northeast at about 25 miles an hour. We note this one's moving a little slower than the rest. That's another indication that it has deviant storm motion, maybe a bit more organized than the others. You can see the purples showing up on radar, and that's going to be the potential for golf ball, maybe even larger size hail. We'll switch over to the radar's guesstimate on the max estimated hail size. If we can get the thing to load, and you can see the radar is indicating the potential for, let's just say, 2-inch in diameter size hail. So it's definitely possible we could have golf ball to perhaps larger size hail. Just got a report from Susanna on Twitter that it's hailing in Grand Prairie like crazy. If y'all do want to let us know about reports in your location, do a couple things. First, do not go outside and try and measure hail while the hail is still falling. That's a bad thing. If you get hit on the head by baseball-sized hail, trust me, it's going to hurt and you're probably going to be in the hospital. 2, in relation to number 1, go out after the hail stops falling, find the biggest stone you can, take a ruler with you or a reference item like a quarter, a coin, a golf ball, a baseball, etc. Take a picture with that object and the hailstone in the same frame and send it to us. or measure it and let us know what the hail size is. We pass those reports on to the National Weather Service in the same chat room as all the local television stations, emergency managers, and that allows everyone to be on the same page. It's called an integrated warning team. Y'all can join our chatter group on Facebook. It's actually called Fans of Texas Storm Chasers. You can share all your pictures there. We have over 90,000 folks there who do that almost every day. It's a great group now. You can keep track of the storms in your area using our free interactive weather radar on our website at texasstormchasers.com/radar. We also have a free mobile app you can download and use that as well. In case you're wondering where the cold front is, pretty much with this line of thunderstorms. Temperatures back in the Panhandle are now in the 30s. And they may even get snow flurries tonight, so wouldn't that be something? Alright, we have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing, let's just go ahead and say, quarter to golf ball size hail, winds of 60 miles an hour. Southeast of Stephenville, northwest of Hico on Highway 281. The storm's going to be making its way east. This thing seems to think east-southeast. Yeah, it's a deviant right mover. This thing's moving east-southeast at about 30 miles an hour, give or take 5. Should pass near or north of Hico, crossing Highway 220 south of Highway 67. Could eventually become a threat to Highway 144 between Glen Rose and Meridian in about an hour. Second severe thunderstorm remains over Granbury. That storm is moving east at a brisk 40 miles an hour, and that is going to be making its way into Johnson County in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Could be a threat to Godley, Joshua, Cleburne, Keene, and eventually Alvarado in about 1 hour, along with Interstate 35W. Potential for quarter to ping-pong ball-size hail, winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour. A relatively large thunderstorm is moving over Tarrant County. I'm going to switch to a different radar just to get a better look at it, because the radar we're looking at is actually in Tarrant County, and when thunderstorms get on top of the radar, they don't work as well. Radars, that is. But, hey, I mean, it could be worse. I just crashed my radar program, so that's unfortunate. Anyway, we're going to press that button. You're not going to see anything for a second. It's a black screen of doom. Welcome to technology. It's going to take just a second to load, and what I wanted to see is, yeah, there's a different look, and you can definitely see we have a very intense thunderstorm over southern Tarrant, northern Johnson counties. The radar itself we were using is located in Burleson and is so close to the storm, it's not able to get an entire look at the storm all the way up to however tall the thunderstorm is. So we definitely have a severe thunderstorm capable of producing quarter to golf ball size hail located over Crowley to Joshua, moving east, maybe a bit southeast, at 30 to 35 miles an hour. This thunderstorm is capable of producing large hail, wind gust over 65 miles an hour. Also note the very intense thunderstorm in western Dallas County that's now about to cross Spur 408 and Loop 12. That's going to be making its way into downtown Dallas in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Again, there is the potential for ping pong to perhaps golf ball size hail. If this is actually producing the hail the radar seems to think it is, we could be talking about hail closer to the size of baseballs. However, we haven't heard any reports of that with this thunderstorm, so at this point the largest hail we've heard about will be quarters. Dallas Baptist University is going to be in on this hail core very shortly. I know on the west side of Mountain Creek Lake they've got hail falling right now. It's going to be crossing the lake and moving over DBU shortly. It'll then cross Loop 12, passing very near Mountain View College, then moving through Cockrell Hill into Oak Cliff, southwest Dallas, then making its way into downtown Dallas, in about 20 minutes, maybe passing just south of downtown Dallas. We do note those of you in eastern Dallas County, Bulk Springs, Mesquite, Sunnyvale, keep an eye on this storm. It's heading your way and will be there in about 45 minutes. It's probably not going to be dead by that point. We do notice this thunderstorm does have a bit of a hook echo on the southeast side of Mountain Creek Lake. I guess technically now that hook echo's crossing Spur 408 near Grady Niblo Road. I love Grady Niblo Road. That's an awesome road name. Spent many days there spotting on top of the hill right at the off-ramp, but alas, we're digressing. Now, the reason we're not really too concerned about a tornado threat right now is because an outflow boundary has pushed out ahead of the inflow region of this thunderstorm. And what that means is this thunderstorm probably isn't totally surface-based in the aspect that it would be extremely difficult to get a defined low-level couplet to develop. Thus, while the storm definitely is organized in the hail department, the low-level rotation department, not really. I mean, it has a hook echo, yes, but that a hook echo doesn't automatically mean you're getting a tornado. So, I mean, it obviously does mean it's a supercell. That's not in question here. This thing's a big mini pants. My apologies, I'm multitasking. It's what I do because I'm special like that. So this thunderstorm's moving east-northeast at around 30 miles an hour. Maybe a little slower than that, actually, but regardless, South Dallas is about to get in on the hail, and it could be mean. So, if you have hail pics and you want to share them or video, join our Fans of Texas Storm Chasers group on Facebook. On Twitter, you can just tag us on Twitter, TX Storm Chasers. If you're watching us on YouTube, hi! We don't usually stream our severe weather coverage on YouTube, but, well, I've got a new computer over the summer, and it can actually do all this stuff without catching the office on fire, which is always nice. So, I'm David Reimer. It is 9:11 p.m. on the 10th of October, 2019, tracking severe thunderstorms moving across North Texas this evening in conjunction with a strong Arctic-like cold front that has brought a early start to winter to the northern half of the United States. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the storms we have going on right now, and then we'll focus on individual storms once again. Thunderstorm number 1, starting from the south to north, have a severe thunderstorm north of Highway 6, approaching Highway 281. Let's just say 5, maybe 10 miles northwest of the 281-6 junction, northwest of Hico. This thunderstorm is going to be crossing Highway 220, probably 5 to 10 miles north of Hico in about 20 minutes. The potential for quarter to golf ball size hail and wind gust over 60 miles an hour. Eventually, in about an hour, it could be passing near or north of Meridian near Morgan and Walnut Springs. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing quarter-size hail and winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour is located several miles east of Granbury in Hood County. That storm is booking it east at almost 40 miles an hour. It's going to be moving into Johnson County in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so now. Could be a threat to Joshua, Godley, and Cleburne within the next 30 minutes. After that, it'll be crossing Interstate 35W between Grandview near Alvarado, eventually moving towards Venus, again capable of producing quarter-size hail, winds of 60 miles an hour. A severe thunderstorm that is currently impacting a good portion of southeastern Tarrant County and southern Tarrant County. In fact, just outside the cone of silence, the radar is detecting winds of 65 miles an hour. We're literally looking at 100 feet. So, in all likelihood, we have winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour ongoing right now in portions of Burleson, Crowley, moving into Rendon, and then eventually western Mansfield. This thunderstorm is also capable of producing quarter-size hail, maybe a little larger depending on the mood it's in. Next severe thunderstorm located over western Dallas County, crossing Highway 408 and Loop 12 around Interstate 30. This thing could be producing quarter to golf ball size hail as it moves east-northeast at about 25 miles an hour. It's going to be crossing Interstate 35E, 35 Echo, in the next 10 to 15 minutes. The potential for quarter to golf ball size hail, along with wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. This is going to be passing near or maybe just south of downtown Dallas, over South Dallas, then make its way towards Mesquite within the next 40 minutes. Again, that's capable of producing quarter to golf ball size hail, winds of 60 to 70. We have sub-severe thunderstorms currently located in Collin County. These storms themselves are generally moving east. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just do it this way. Generally moving northeast, probably around 30 miles an hour. They're not severe right now, but they're producing small hail, gusty winds, and about as much lightning as you'd probably want to deal with in October. I want to take a look at this storm. You see how quickly this thunderstorm in Hood County is moving? I'm actually a little worried it's trying to be a wind maker. So let's switch from the how hard it's raining mode to the how hard the wind is blowing mode. I'm going to look up and tilts a bit. Yeah, this thing definitely is capable of producing some stronger winds. We're looking around... here, I'll just turn on the fancy button. That'll hopefully tell us what we're looking around. We're looking at about 10,000 feet, and there is definitely some wind showing up. It's got reports of hurricane force winds. Okay. So, all in all, we do have a couple severe thunderstorms impacting North Texas this evening, generally moving east. Some are moving a little more southeast, some are moving northeast. We have free interactive weather radar on our website at texasstormchasers.com/radar and in our free mobile app. I encourage you to utilize that resource. It's a pretty excellent radar. It works on mobile devices and desktop devices alike. And in addition to tracking the mean stormies, you're able to check out where the cold front is and temperatures. In fact, it may show a little snow in the Texas Panhandle late tonight and tomorrow morning. By the way, in the Panhandle, the wind chills are going to begin into single digits tonight. So, yeah, going from August to December. The stormy in Dallas County has been a mini pants for sure. Radar estimates are increasing in the hail department. I don't think it's producing hail 3.5 inches in diameter, but I wouldn't say it's impossible. I definitely say there is the potential for golf ball to larger size hail. Winds of 55 to 65 miles an hour, and of course a lot of heavy rain and lightning. Storm's going to be making its way over southern Dallas in the next 10 minutes, then making its way towards Mesquite, Balk Springs, southern end of Garland, and perhaps south end of Rowlett. It's actually moving towards one of the Casa radars out in Mesquite, so I hope that radome doesn't get damaged. The storm in Dallas County. I want to see which storm this is for. Okay, the National Weather Service in Fort Worth just upped the indicated hail size with the storm over Cockrell Hill to tennis balls, so definitely now a potential for destructive hail. My apologies, I'm multitasking. So again, the potential now for tennis ball to baseball size hail with a severe thunderstorm located over Cockrell Hill in western Dallas County. This thunderstorm's moving east at about 20 to 30 miles an hour. It's going to be crossing Interstate 35E between the 67 split and downtown Dallas, the Mixmaster of Doom. Then cross of course it'll cross 35E same time, then cross 45 southeast to downtown Dallas, and then move towards Balk Springs and Mesquite. Again, this is a dangerous severe thunderstorm capable of producing tennis ball to baseball size hail and wind gusts over 60 miles an hour. Go ahead and get away from windows. If the hail is already falling, don't go outside and try and cover your car. You're going to manage to get yourself concussed or worse, dead. 59 mile an hour wind gust recorded in Burleson at 9:13 p.m. Looks like a 61 mile an hour wind gust in Granbury at, let me make sure I read that correctly, 9:15 p.m. My phone is making noise. Ooh, that is a great point. Yeah, anyone out at the State Fair of Texas right now, do not. So yeah, anyone at the State Fair of Texas needs to get indoors, find shelter. The potential for very large hail exists at the State Fair of Texas in the next 10 to 15 minutes. If anyone outside gets hit by tennis ball or baseball size hail, they're going to receive significant bodily injury. I don't think it's going to be as big. I don't think the hail will be the size of softballs like we saw at Mayfest back in the 90s, but you get the picture. You don't want to be outside in that kind of hail. So we continue to watch multiple severe thunderstorms, one now north of Hiko on Highway 281 with probably golf ball to larger size hail. That's going to be on Highway 220 in the next 10 minutes. Second severe thunderstorm capable of producing winds of 70 miles an hour and quarter size hail now moving into western Johnson County. It's going to be crossing over 171 and 67 very near Cleburne, then making its way towards Alvarado and Grandview in the next 30 minutes. Potential for 70-mile-an-hour winds and quarter to ping-pong ball size hail. Severe thunderstorm over eastern Tarrant County capable of producing winds over 60 miles an hour as observed, along with quarter to ping-pong ball size hail. Thunderstorm in Cockrell Hill and southwest Dallas capable of producing tennis ball to baseball size hail as it moves east-northeast at about 25 miles an hour. Those at the State Fair of Texas need to seek immediate shelter in a sturdy building to protect themselves from damaging hail that will arrive in the next 10 minutes. Again, this is a situation where we could have very large hail capable of producing bodily injury to those outside. So anyone still at the State Fair right now needs to book it into shelter now. Alright, if you know someone who may be out at the fair, let them know they've got a hailstorm in the next 10 minutes coming and they need to seek immediate shelter or else they could receive bodily injury. After that, this storm's going to be making its way towards Balk Springs, Mesquite, Sunnyvale, perhaps southern end of Rowlett, before making its way into Rockwall County, near Heath, north of Forney, and western Kaufman County in the next 1 hour. So I'm David Reimer with Texas Storm Chasers. I'm going to take a bit of a break, but you can always check out the radar on our website at texasstormchasers.com/radar, and we'll probably be back here in the next, let's say in about 10 minutes or so, if needed. So I'm David Reimer. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Enjoy the cold front when it gets to your location. It'll bring cooler weather, much cooler weather, to all of Texas by tomorrow.